Are you ready? This is it?
We say no.
No. But this is the final act. That's really exciting. Alex really did a number on you last time, huh? We had cold tokens. We had you could have frozen to death. It's a good thing you didn't try going outside. You had paranoia tokens, which those did literally absolutely nothing. So that was a good one, Alex. You have quite a bit of information that you are not supposed to have. So well done, Astrid. But I assure you, we will have no more little surprises because we're at the end game now. That being said, adversity and death tokens have been reset, so we're all back to a clean slate there. Cam, you had a bad time, huh? I can see in Alex's report you were bitten by your gun
Yep.
and the stairs.
Yes.
Burned twice.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, you received some decent scratches and scrapes to your arms. Well,
Yep.
you know what? Since this is the finale, why don't you all describe your characters one last time? What sort of wounds have they collected throughout the night? I will remind you, currently, Astrid and Sarah are just inside the doorway of the house. Cam had run out to try to, get a final blow to that black ooze, and the fire poker slammed into the wood of the porch. So that's where you're all at. So go ahead with those descriptions. What are we looking at right now?
Wow.
5 minutes in, and the vibes are atrocious.
Atrocious.
Rancid, truly.
Like,
This fucker's playing with a Rubik's Cube.
it's fine. It's cool. It's fine.
About to fucking murder us, and she's just trying to solve a colorful
Pleasant.
little cube.
Pleasant. Arguably the most pleasant Carrie's ever been, which is upsetting.
Whoa. I just
Chipper.
added descriptions. So if you don't want to
We're
do
describing something, aren't we?
We're describing how we feel. It's part of it.
You see Cam, 16, 5'6", pretty wiry, dark hair that is cut pretty sharply to their chin, gray eyes. Their hair has become pretty not even matted, just like messy, because they've been running their hands through it with like blood and ichor and goo on their hands, so it's got like clumps in it. They're wearing some like loose gray tank top underneath a flannel, but instead of being a full-length shirt, it's now kind of a crop top from where they ripped it to wrap the puncture in their hands. Some jeans, old Converse. The Converse are also just like covered in splatters of blood. Their jeans are dark around the legs from where they were bitten by the stairs. The top half of their flannel is just in tatters from where they were bitten by the fucking shotgun. They've had like a nosebleed. There's like just like dry blood kind of all over on them. And as they're kind of laying with their arm up in protection, yeah, they're looking rough. They're looking not good.
Astrid Mayhew is still the same height, same proportions, but is covered in all kinds of goop. There's spatters of blood and scratches on her face, clear spots where she's had a tussle and gotten her face slammed into something or punched in some way. They're wearing a white MarsCorp employee shirt that's like unbranded. It's covered in blood and handprints. And they have on some plain black slacks, like they kind of stole a uniform. They have kinky curly hair that is definitely now at this point just kind of like clumped into sections and pieces from just all the sweat and blood that they've had to deal with. She has very dark circles under her eyes. It looks like she probably hasn't like gotten good sleep at all, just going, trying to figure out what move to make next, how to get back to her friends. And I don't think she has any serious injuries that are like lingering, but she's definitely not unbruised.
The wounds are inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
a lot of them.
We're doing great, guys. Sarah is probably standing where Cam has fallen, or just a little bit behind, just sort of instinctively rushing towards the last person that they have some sort of bond with that hasn't been taken from them. Sarah is tall with a very strong athlete's build, very long blonde, like platinum blonde braids. And when she arrived here first, because she came in late, as one does, she was in like probably a cute little like mini skirt, like half of a cheer uniform, as she was trying to change before she got to this party. Her hair probably had like a ribbon in it. Lip gloss, everything like the perfect picture of just someone you would want to be. And now Sarah is covered in blood. It's just caked into, there are sections of her hair that are pink or red or ruddy brown as blood is starting to oxidate and change the color of her hair. She's wearing her own cheer uniform sweater because when the temperature dropped, she put it on, but there's probably pieces of it that are now burned from having to barbecue Hazel, and bits of it that are like tattered. She's got all manner of scrapes and splinters kind of just across her body. She's wearing 2 pearl necklaces, one a little bit bigger, a little bit cleaner. The other one probably still has bits of melted flesh clung to it as she took it from Hazel. And there are bits of Hazel under her fingernails as well. I think where normally Sarah is like looking at a highlighter, like just so bright and bubbly, there's no light behind her eyes anymore. And she looks, how do I describe it? You know when like the last bits of a person have vacated their body and there's just nothing there but violence? That's what Sarah looks like right now. She's like, her gaze looks up from Cam to this thing that has thrown them.
All right. I'm gonna give you an adversity token for bits of Hazel because that was something.
Thank you. I'll take that.
With that, our scene opens with Cam. You have fallen onto the porch, your fire poker stuck in the wood itself after being slammed into by the meat cleaver, hand of the zombified killer from episode 1. All of this happens too quickly for anyone to react just yet. We almost see it in slow motion at first. We see Sarah's in the process of moving towards Cam, but what I'm about to describe happens so fast. Cam, you find yourself scrambling, trying to scoot backwards on your elbows, and you watch as the killer raises both of their arms. You see one hand replaced by a cleaver, and the other hand, no. The other arm replaced by the machete that he was using in episode 1. Rusted and charred, but just as deadly. And as he is raising those 2 weapons and looming over you, you can all see that another figure comes out from behind him. The smell of rotting, burning flesh overcomes all of you, as you see a zombified Billy reach down and grab onto the fire poker. He rips it up from the porch. Wood splinters outward, and he looks at it, swings it in his hand, and raises it to prepare to swing down at Cam. Sarah and Astrid, you will not be able to make it to Cam in time. This is happening way too fast, but Astrid, since you do have a pistol, I will allow you a fight roll to try to fire at one of them if you would like. You are going to need an 8.
An 8? I'm going to spend 1 adversity token.
Okay. Who are you firing at?
I am firing at Billy.
Okay.
Because I feel like Cam sees the other guy.
Okay. Yeah, Billy steps out, raises the arm, goes to swing down, and you all hear a shot ring out as Astrid's quick thinking brings the gun up, fires. You see the bullet. It doesn't hit in his chest or his head. It was such a reflexive thing that the bullet actually hits the wrist that is holding the fire poker. You hear it crack, and the fire poker actually falls and slams down into the porch itself. For a moment, Billy looks up as if he's trying to see how it happened. And then you see, as the killer is beginning to swing down Cam, and as this is happening, Sarah and Astrid, you see that the killer is slammed into, body checked, to the point where he trips, slams into Billy, and the killer stumbles off the porch, over the railing on the other side. You see Billy's head was looking up at Astrid, but then turns to look at who did it, and you all see someone that you don't recognize at first. Covered in blood that you're not sure if it's hers or somebody else's. Maybe a combination of both. You see Natalie Harrington turn without hesitation and swing the axe into Billy's chest. Billy takes the impact and then falls onto his knees. She rips the axe out and she turns around and with a scream that you all understand just deep in your souls right now, a scream of "this has been too long of a night," swings again and slams the axe into his neck while saying, "Fuck off, Billy!" and then rips the axe back out and then turns, literally pulling Cam up off the ground and just shoving them towards the doorway where Sarah was already stepping forward. Sarah, you're able to basically catch Cam more or less as Natalie just pushes them in that direction. And
I am putting myself between Cam and the axe that is now entered the equation. Yeah.
Yeah, and Natalie is just running to get inside with you guys.
Okay.
I feel like we've barricaded this door 8 times.
Well, let's do it tonight. I will help Cam start pushing shit in front of the door if we can.
Yeah, as you're barricading the door, Natalie just still has the axe and is just eyes going from window to window to window to window, just waiting as you guys are barricading the door.
I think I go head on a swivel, seeing this feels familiar, knowing that that's usually what I'm doing. And I think I just double up and start looking at every corner of the house, making sure that basement door is closed, just keeping an eye on everything from the living room to make sure that all of us stay together.
Incredible. Between two of you, 2 people keeping watch, 2 people barricading the door, finally, the door is properly barricaded and the 4 people stand together once again in the entryway of the Harrington farmhouse. Natalie turns to all of you, kind of limping slightly from the leg that's been bandaged by what looks like it used to be her flannel jacket. She turns, she looks at Astrid. She sees the pistol that you have. She looks at Sarah. She sees that you have at least the hairspray close by, because that was your plan, hairspray and lighter. Looks at Cam. Looks at Cam, who's currently empty-handed. Without a word, tosses the axe to you, for you to have. And you see her pull another pistol from the back of her pants.
Where the fuck have you been?
It's been a really fucking long night. Where's Charlie?
Charlie didn't make it.
God.
Hazel?
No.
Sarah just whimpers like she's been kicked in the gut.
It's a long story.
Yeah, I put an arm around Sarah.
God damn it. Okay, well, I found tunnels. There are tunnels under the fucking house. They go all over, but every door down there was locked. We need a key card or something.
Yes.
Lead the way.
Astrid.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I kind of just hearing this, my brain just lurches forward and I grab onto Cam and gesture. Sub-levels. There are sub-levels. There's multiple sub-levels. I heard it. When the house started to freeze, there in the cabinet there was a camera. That's how I knew Astrid was telling the truth. I could see it just out of the corner of my eye that they were recording us, they were watching us, and I heard someone saying something about an invasion on sub-level 4, something about aliens.
Do we want to go toward the aliens? We already have fucking zombies to deal with.
I think less that and more just knowing that this is a big fucking place. If we can figure out where we are, if we're on a sub-level, or if we're just on a level, then we can maybe figure out what direction to go to get out.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I mean, what other
We
options
might
do
be
have?
sub-level 4. I don't know.
I don't have anything else.
You guys are the smarter ones than I am.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Tougher, yes. Smarter, maybe.
I would believe it.
Have you been out there, Natalie? Can you lead the way?
Have I been out there? Yes. I found an entrance. There's one. First of all, I think the truck is possessed, but that's a whole other story. 2, I think there was an entry in the old, shed, the burned down one. But there was one closer. I fell into it when I was trying to lead the killer away from Charlie. I was trying to distract him. I think I remember where it is. That one will be closest, but we have to go outside.
I mean, it's armed, I guess.
Just go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then let's go outside.
What if he's still just laying out there? We could kill the fucker right now.
I feel like from experience, he doesn't stay down very long. And we've already spent time talking and barricading, and
everything we've killed has come back. I don't know that we should waste our time.
Yeah,
and honestly, once we get inside, he'll be their problem if he follows us.
Fair. Okay. Okay, and she kind of looks down and adjusts the flannel tied to her leg. Okay, let's go.
Quick question, Natalie. Just asking for curiosity's sake. On a scale of 1 to 4, how dead do you feel?
2?
Noted. Okay. Don't worry about it. So I know Hazel is no longer with us. Rip. I miss you, Chrissy. But Hazel had a bag of things, and I am a prepared person. Wink, wonk. If she had anything like scraps of fabric that could be used to improvise a bandage.
If you want to spend an adversity token to use your prepared thing, you can go through Hazel's gear and basically make a makeshift first aid kit. We'll call that your first aid kit for the episode.
Don't mind if I yes. I would love to do that and put that in my inventory. Thank you.
All right, and just a reminder, a first aid kit will get rid of 1 death token. All right, so the plan is we are heading outside. As we open the door, I would like a brains roll from everyone, please.
Got a 3.
5.
I got a big old 7 for mine.
Okay. As you exit, the door kind of creaks a little bit, so you only open it as much as you have to for the 4 of you to kind of move through. Everyone's armed, everyone has at least something. And you're finding you don't really need a flashlight right now because it's not quite sunrise yet, but it's getting brighter outside. I mean, it'll be daytime soon. The night is almost over. And as Natalie begins leading you in the direction that she remembers literally falling into a tunnel, you're all moving pretty quietly, glancing around. Since there's 4 of you, you kind of have this routine almost. One person's looking ahead, one person keeps glancing behind. We've got someone watching left and someone watching right. You've all lived long enough. You're smart enough. You can do this. And then you get up to the tunnel. You see, it is in fact, at one time, was buried underground. You see there was wood that kind of made the top of this roof, or at least covered it enough, but the wood has been splintered. You see parts of it kind of busted. Anyone who would like to, you don't have to, but you can make another brains roll by looking at this if you'd like.
Like to, but I also have a question. I don't know if there's like an equivalent to insight in this, but can I check Natalie's vibes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 9 for brains.
I got a 6.
I got a 13.
Okay, all of you can tell that this wood was splintered outward. Something came out of this tunnel. As for Sarah, you've been like kind of studying Natalie on your way here. You're not sure what she's been through tonight, but the 4 of you are on the exact same wavelength.
Okay. Cool.
She's gone through hell. It's just been a different kind of hell, and she's been completely alone.
I will then, it is no longer heterosexual staring then at that point. All right. There's like a moment of, wait a minute. and then it's just, yeah, it's just off the rails from there. She's a cheerleader.
Maybe there's a moment, like, as you're approaching, you're looking, Natalie looks over and then is like, what?
Nothing. Just have, like, a little bit of blood, like, right here. It's fine. It's whatever.
Camera moves to Natalie, covered in blood.
Yeah.
Here we go. And she starts, like, sitting down. She's not gonna hop in because her leg is so fucked up, but she starts sitting down and kind of just slowly lowering herself down into this tunnel.
Because I'm a cheerleader, if there's a way for me to safely get down there, is there a way for me to help everyone else come down? Like, because I'd be used to catching people?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say if you want to go, if you want to head down first and then kind of help the other 2, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so Sarah's down, Natalie's down. Who's next?
I'll go.
Yeah. All right, Astrid hops down. Cam, I need you to make a flight roll for me.
Fuck. God, fuck. All right. 2. It's my worst stat.
Cam, you are going to take an adversity token for failing.
Yep.
And also a death token.
Yep.
As, coming up from behind you, they tried to impale you with both weapons on their arms, but they missed with the machete, thank goodness. It's just the meat cleaver that slices, it goes through your side, and you feel it puncture to the point where you stumble forward, and as they rip the meat cleaver out, you just fall in.
What kind of pointed meat cleaver did this motherfucker have?
Oh, it's not pointed. It just goes through.
Blunt force?
Rude. Fucking horseshit. Wow, sir? Excuse
Tell
me?
him to call me later. Anyway.
I would like for Sarah and Astrid to, you can argue what you would like to roll to try to catch Cam.
So I have a ridiculous one and then I have a reasonable one. Ridiculous one being charm, and I want to do the Aladdin, do you trust me? Like, I want to be that focal point for Cam where their instincts see me and I'm there and I'm ready for them.
I want to use grit because I should have known that I should have gone last.
Ooh.
And I feel really guilty about it.
Ooh, I love both of those and I'll allow them both. Let's go.
I was gonna say, can we allow charm? Because Cam's gay as fuck.
There is a blood-soaked cheerleader offering to catch you. I feel like there's nothing more compelling.
I will step back and look at the visage in front of me. I have no problem.
That is a big old 17.
Oh, go with that. Yeah, no, there's romance in this Chili's tonight.
So in Sarah and Cam's mind, maybe it's romantic.
It's like all the blood loss like makes them be like, yeah, that was super hot.
In reality, Cam falls down, slams into Sarah. Sarah slams into the back wall. You've just stopped enough of the force of Cam's fall that Cam is not going to take a second death token. Instead, everyone kind of tumbles down a little bit. Looking up, you see the killer look in and prepare to jump down. What to do?
This fucking guy.
He is jumping down right now. What is your move?
I have charges, I think, left of my Mason later, because I thought both had 3. I'm not sure.
Cool. I'll say
I have 2 charges left.
2. Okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna let one of them go.
Fantastic. That'll be a fight.
Up this fucking hole at this man.
What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna attempt something stupid. Let's I'm gonna argue geometry here. If Astrid is going high with the flames, I am going to use Cam's gayness as a distraction to take the axe from them and go low and try to slice this fucker's like Achilles tendon. I take advantage of the distraction. I know I don't know the flames are going to be there, but like I'm imagining
Yeah, I think regardless, even just seeing him jumping down, you're like, axe, feet, like, slow you down. Yeah, that still makes sense. Cool. Cam, what are you doing?
Cam is gay and freshly bleeding. Cam is stumbling away. Cam is, like, stumbling against the wall, trying to just, like, get their feet back under them and get ready. Because they were not expecting to be in the hole with such speed.
Amazing. I would
they're just trying to like figure their shit out again.
Yeah, like, orient yourself. I would like a fight roll from Sarah and a flight roll from Cam.
Flight again? I don't know.
It's fine. You got it.
I have a D4 in this list.
No, you're gonna be fine. It's fine.
It's aggressively not. It's a 1.
I do have a question. What do I need to succeed on mine?
To succeed, you need a 10.
All right, I'll spend 2 of my tokens.
Okay. In that case, I am also going to go ahead and make, as he is jumping down, he's attempting 1 slice at Astrid and 1 slice at Sarah. I need a flight roll from both of you. Since he has the upper hand here, you're going to need a 13.
No.
I'm fine. Somehow. I have 22? No. 23. I have a D12 and it exploded.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got a hot 2, so in case that matters.
So cinematically, this kind of makes sense because Astrid is full, like, throwing themselves into this to make this work. And Sarah kind of ducks down a little bit as you are, you grab the axe and you sweep. As his boots, like, slam into the bottom of this tunnel, you hear it, like, echo out. Yeah, you hear that whoosh of the flame. Sarah, you have ripped the axe from Cam's arms and swung down, slamming the axe into, like, the calf of this killer. There's this moment of panic. The meat cleaver does slice down, and Astrid, you do take a death token as it slams into your shoulder. It kind of like that just slams in. It sticks for a moment until he rips it back out. Cam? As you move to run away, your foot slips out from under you and you slam down. Your elbow kind of slams into your own ribs, knocks the breath out of you for a second. But you see Natalie literally one-handed grabs onto the back of your shirt and just fucking drags you. Gun aimed at this killer, but there's this mess of flames right now. There's flames and just arms swinging, blades swinging. Now I need to know.
Everyone's so hot right now. What's happening?
Cam's like, I died. I died. And
Yeah.
Cam's like, this is lesbian heaven.
Yeah. This is how you know we've reached the end game, is
Yes.
that everyone's hot. Like, everyone's already been hot.
Yeah.
Everyone's hot now.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger
I'm
problem. That's the
telling you,
killer.
if you're
Everyone's
fucked up, you're hotter.
yeah, statistically hotter with blood on your face. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't know
Sure,
what.
1000%.
What's everyone's next move?
I mean, I think I'm backing the fuck away with my gross ass arm.
Can I try some gymnastics bullshit and just try to catch up with my friends? Like, I threw the legs around the whatever.
Astrid is moving away. Sarah is moving
Yes.
away. Cam, you were being dragged. What would you like to do now?
Cam's in gay heaven. Cam, I think like after like their couple of moments of like I'm gay, I'm dead. They kind of come to the realization of like this still sucks. I'm not dead. I have to still suffer. So they're gonna try and get their feet under them and like claw up the wall to just be standing so they're not a liability, and try to just get some kind of useful position. So just trying to get back to neutral, which is bad.
Perfect. I think go ahead and I need Sarah and Astrid to give me a flight roll.
You're
5.
8. How many Zeph tokens does everybody have already?
I don't have to answer that without a lawyer present. Fuck. What's your match number?
Does Sarah have one already? I can't remember.
No, this is my
No.
first one.
Okay, so this will
My
be
first
two
one.
two for Astrid, one for Cam, one for Sarah. As Sarah and Astrid are trying to move away from this flaming killer, you see the blades kind of moving, slicing through the air, and then he stops and he waits. Astrid and Sarah got far enough away to where like you're almost caught up with Cam and Natalie, and then blades just swing down. They both slice. They don't stab into you, but both of them slice down your back. You feel just a huge cut, and you both stumble forward. Natalie, like Cam, you just got to your feet, and you are catching Sarah as Sarah and Astrid are like falling over. Natalie catches Astrid. There's a moment where you're like, all of you are holding each other up, basically, for this short moment, and as the flames are still just kind of going up, this killer, he just turns, gets the blades ready, and is preparing to charge at you.
Is there somewhere to go? What is
Down
the
the
other end
tunnel?
of this tunnel?
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go through the tunnel and see, like, I have a badge in my hand, and I'm trying to kind of see if there's like any secret exits or anything like that we can kind of fall through. So
Yeah,
get
can
the
we
fuck
put
out of
something
there.
between the vibes?
Okay, Astrid, I would like a brains roll from you.
Are you sure it won't be like a grit roll? Because I'm like rubbing my hands against this really coarse
I feel like
and rock
Astrid is so gritty.
You know
in the
what?
basement.
I'll say, yeah, you can argue grit for this because you're trying to like not panic and find a way out. So yeah, grit sounds great.
Trying to keep it together.
Oh no. Oh. Can I help? Because I
No.
know I've been. Listen, no,
Can I give
no,
you adversity tokens?
no. Can I also roll because I know what is up with this bullshit? Is when Astrid came in and introduced themselves to us, I immediately found that MarsCorp tech in the cabinet. Can I argue that?
I
I'm
will
helping?
allow for you to make a brains roll.
I will take
Was
that.
that
Thank
a
you.
one?
Oh,
Yes,
merciful God,
Carrie,
Carrie
it was a
among
one.
us.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I can't do math. 15.
Okay, a few things happen.
It's Yasha
After-
responsible for this, by the way. So
Thank you, Yasha.
After Natalie catches you, Astrid, she sees that you are in some sort of shock. There is this just, fight, flight, freeze. There's kind of this freeze that has taken over you from this wound that you just took. So she sees this, immediately just pushes you like over pretty much towards Cam, just pushes you in that direction as Sarah is turning around to scan this hallway and figure out where to go, Natalie yells, "Cover your ears." Everybody covers their ears, and you hear faintly pop, pop, pop of the gun just over and over and over. Sarah, you see down this hallway there are many doors. All of them will require keycard access. With Natalie possibly giving you a little bit of time, you can see the 4 doors closest to you, and you can choose which of them you would like to go in.
Make me responsible for this.
You're the only one that sees this.
Fuck.
Door number 1. Door number 1, fear collection and feeding. Door number 2, corpse cleanup. Door number 3, lab. Door number 4, simulation control.
So, interesting. One of those doors is not like the other. I don't know, I'm just feeling a vibe. I'm feeling some hits. I would love to go in the simulation control door. I'd love to open that for us. I'm gonna keep arguing my bullshit because I feel like I have nothing to lose but my life. So, before we... So I see the key card readers, like the lights in the hallway or whatever, because they all have that fun little red bar. Skidding to a stop, I will rip the one from Astrid's hand, but can I try to, like, not hard, but just, like, slap her face, be like, give me the other one, give me the other one, like, because we saw it. To see if she can give me both. We can try both.
Yeah, I'll say, Astrid, your choice.
Yeah, I come out of it and I just hand it over.
Wonder Woman.
During this, you just hear pop, pop, pop over and over and over, and you see the killer is like trying to step forward, but each slam of the bullet is holding him back for just a second longer. Sarah, I would like for you to either roll brains or grit to successfully get through this door on the first try. As you've got to steady your hands are trembling, shaking.
Okay.
Could I be pulling Natalie, like have the scruff of Natalie's jacket and just be pulling her back with us, like each step we take back?
Yeah, you just traded.
Yeah.
13?
Okay. And just to clarify, which door are you going in?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. The simulation control.
That's what I thought, but I thought I would clarify.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how you asked me twice as if I would change my mind.
You know?
I want to see the buttons.
Okay. So simulation control. Unfortunately, you put your key card in. No, the door opens. That's not supposed to. Alex. Shit. Okay. This door opens, and there are stairs that are leading up.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It's funny you say up. Cool. Well, I'm gonna... Guys, come, like... Ah.
Yeah, pushing through, you hear one last pop of Natalie's gun, and as soon as she gets through, do you close the door?
Of course I closed the door.
I need another roll to properly lock it.
No, I don't want to invite him in. What am I rolling?
Brains or grit, your choice.
14.
Yeah, so there is this moment, your hand shakes, you're kind of missing where to swipe the card for a moment. You see the killer step directly in front of the door, and as they are reaching for it, you slide the key card and it locks. And you see, boom, he slams his hands into it, punches it a couple of times, and you start heading up the stairs.
Okay.
Sore, exhausted, pushing up these stairs, and it opens up. There's no door up at the top, it just opens up, and you see it's dark, but morning light is kind of coming through the windows, and you see linoleum floor, dirtied. There are leaves kind of scattered on some of them. Graffitied walls. They were white floor, white walls. You're in some sort of abandoned hospital.
Sub-levels. Does it seem like the room is clear for the moment?
Looking around, there are a lot of noises. The building itself, there are many broken windows. Wind is kind of moving through in various places. There's creaking, but you don't see any immediate danger.
I will use my makeshift first aid kit to take a death token off of Astrid while we have a safe space.
As you are doing that, yeah, as you're doing that, you kind of like you find a little bench, sit down, begin patching Astrid up. Natalie is looking around and then looks at all of you. Is this right?
Is
There's nothing here. What is this?
your guess is as good as ours? I'll look at Astrid.
I mean, we can't stay here long if that's what you're asking. We'd need to move to another room, another sector, another floor. This does look familiar. All the rooms are nondescript like this.
We went up. They said sub-levels, we went up. Sub-levels implies the entrance is at the top and you go down, right? So I think, yeah. I
Okay.
hope. I don't know. I will give Astrid back. Sorry. Go for it.
I was just gonna. I'm gonna gently take the axe back from Sarah.
I'm gonna.
Thanks also
Yeah.
for all that.
Yeah, of course. Kind of ducks her head and shuffles, which is not usual for her. I am gonna hand the key cards back over to Astrid.
Why don't we each have one? I don't want to have both. Something happens.
Okay.
I don't want to, like, fuck you guys again. I froze. I'm really sorry.
You froze because someone's trying to kill us. That's perfectly normal.
Yeah, but
That's probably the best reaction, like the most correct reaction in a healthy brain.
She, like, gives the tiniest smile hearing healthy.
Question, Overseer. Are these key cards the fun ones where you can like pull and they're like they have the little string?
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. Cute. It just made me happy. I'm gonna clip mine to the inside of my cardigan pocket so that if we need to swipe, I can reach it, but it's not gonna fall out.
All right. What's the plan? You still hear the killer banging on the door down the stairs.
There's no
Oof.
other door in this room?
Oh, there are a lot of doors.
Are they all labeled or are they just random?
Most of them are open. This place is pretty disheveled.
Are there papers?
Not really. And if there are, like, there are none that are legible anymore. I will say, since you are kind of taking a moment, you're taking a break, if you do kind of look at some of the papers, you could eventually find something, just so you know what this place is. This was an asylum. A long, long time ago.
We need to find a stairwell.
Yeah, yeah, the stairs are redeeming themselves. Let's find stairs. I'm just stressed.
This is all too, like, old-fashioned feeling. Like, it's decayed. Like, the stuff that I saw was more like cold, metallic, like, clean room. This feels like more of what we just came out of. Like, this feels like another setting. Like, we came out of our life in, a cornfield, going to a barn party. This is someone else's life. We've got to move.
Yeah, I don't want to meet whoever lives here, respectfully. So now I know things can be haunted. Looking around, does it look like I don't know how to phrase the question that's in my head. We're looking for like ways forward to progress forward, even if we don't, know what the right way is. So, in terms of the open doors, is there anything that immediately jumps out?
Those of you that would like, make a brains roll.
Okay.
9.
5.
5.
All right. As you are looking around, you're kind of like moving from one end of the like lobby area to the other just to kind of try to see down various hallways. Eventually, you peek down one of the hallways like off to the right, and you do see elevator doors. They're closed, and coming from behind you, coming from the lobby area that you just left, you hear the faintest echoing squeak of a wheel, like of a cart.
No, we need to get the fuck out of here right now.
But no, fucking
We're gonna
no.
We're gonna move on towards the
The
elevator.
slaps of hands. Slap.
Fuck.
No.
No.
Let's go.
No.
We're out. We're gone. You don't have to describe it.
No,
We're not.
we're
there
by the
anymore.
elevator.
As you moved closer to the elevator, the slapping was getting faster. The cartwheel was rolling faster. Just as the elevator door dings and opens, and as you guys are like running into it, there's a glance back. Whether you glance or whether the camera glances, you see a like gurney with a sheet over it. As the elevator door is opening, you see this gurney moving closer to you. The sheet is over it, and you just see 2 very long arms stretched down and slapping against the floor, getting closer and closer and closer, and until it's right on you and the elevator doors close and you're safe. I mean, the least they could do is give us some fucking elevator music.
Is that what you wanted? Is that helping?
Yeah, a little. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going up?
Oh no, you're going down.
God damn it, Carrie!
When you came in, there were no buttons. The doors closed and you automatically begin going down. Slow pace, very normal pace, but you keep going down and down, and this isn't supposed to be happening. Alex, where the fuck are you? It keeps going down. It keeps going down into where you're not supposed to fucking be. So, it goes down further, and finally, it shudders, and it stops, and the doors screech as they open.
What the fuck are you doing here?
What the fuck?
Hello? Hey, Carrie, what the fuck?
Alex, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing down here?
It's my break. It's my union mandated break. I get a break.
Okay, well, you see a man in a lab coat, an overseer.
Time out. Carrie, can I take over for just a second there?
I don't think you have the yeah, sure.
You want out? Yes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start dragging the fire axe so it kind of kicks up sparks against the concrete as we advance.
I'm gonna break off to the side so he can't run.
I absolutely was not thinking of running, Cam. Don't worry about it.
Hey, that word you keep using, the fuck is that? Why is that happening?
They know about the project.
And Natalie does make a point to look you in the eyes and say, I will fucking shoot you. Don't try anything stupid.
I love her. We just picked her up, but I love her.
I know you've all been through a time, and you all, if you know about the project, you know why you're here. Right?
Yes.
You know about the goop?
Sure.
And you know that you all are the only way we fix that, right?
How is that our problem, though? Just to be super, like, blunt, how is that our problem?
So there's a bunch of you nerds with braces and glasses sitting up in this building, and you're too weak to deal with some slime, so you send children in after it?
Fucking teenagers.
You are all exceptional. Okay? And if it isn't you that's dealing with it, then it's going to be the people in St. Louis. And you know that they can't. That's why it's on you. Because lots of people are going to die if you don't.
First real thing that I think I believe you said all day.
So, if you truly want to escape, I can help you. But I also have an idea that might be a way for all of you to get through this alive and for us to deal with the goop.
Like once and for all?
Once and for all.
I'm gonna just start swinging the axe like a baseball bat in my hand. Just let my friends talk then.
I'm in charge of that grimoire. That's my program. That's my code. I wrote that. And listen, I absolutely feel bad about sending a bunch of teenagers to their death. Like, this is not something I want to do. It's not fun for me.
Good.
But you know how it is. You know how it is with corporate structures. You know, they want results and they don't want to see innovation, but I did write something into that code that I don't think they noticed.
Which is?
We can use that grimoire, conduct a ritual very similar to the one that we did with It That Harrows. And I can't guarantee it because I've never tested it, but it could be a way to eliminate all of this. And then you walk out free.
What's the other shoe?
Well, the other shoe is that there is sacrifice involved in this ritual.
What kind
More
of
than we've already
sacrifice?
given.
More death tokens.
A load we can all bear to get the fuck out of here?
Yeah,
Like
can we
stronger
share it or
together?
something?
Just one of you.
That just sounds like you're killing one of us and then leaving two of us.
No, not killing. Sarah,
Why do I? Tell me why I need you to do this.
I wrote this program. I know where the code is. I can show you.
Do I like believe him?
So I would like for you to make me a brains roll, please.
Okay. I don't know. There's some I don't trust a man in a lab coat. I'm sorry.
Hell no.
No.
It's just like number one untrustworthy.
And a person who
attire.
says he's on the inside and is like, I don't like it here though. Like fucking
See, when they lead with
I just keep
critiquing
collecting my
capitalism,
paycheck. You don't understand.
mm-hmm.
When they lead with critiquing capitalism, that's where I'm like, I don't know.
Sure.
No, a man has
Sure,
never
buddy.
done that.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not great. It's a 7.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll social to oppose?
No, the brains roll was actually for something else.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm
What?
sorry. Oh, okay.
As you are
Okay.
listening to this, you can tell you're the only one that sees it because the others aren't reacting, but you can see up in the corner of the room, the shadow looks a little darker than it should. And it begins to spread. The shadow itself is moving, leaking across the walls. And you swear you see fingers moving
No.
Fuck.
out of the shadows.
No.
That's
yucky.
Stop it.
And I'm sure I'm the only one that sees it.
Oh yeah, you're sure.
Oh, great.
No offense.
Cool. I love being responsible.
Trying to have the brain cell.
Listen, we made it this far, and I intend to fuck around and find out. I'm not going to draw attention to it.
I will say too, you can have whatever. You can believe Alex or you cannot believe Alex. That is entirely your choice, but you know the feeling of what that thing in the ceiling is.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll kind of like my eyes flick up to that and I'm narrow, and then I'll come back to Alex, and I feel like I'm good at diverting in conversation. It's kind of like, talking to people is like my jam or whatever. Um okay, so I need you to find the ritual. Do I need you to do it?
It is a two-person job.
Of course it is.
And none of us can help.
Yeah.
When he says that, Sarah, you hear.
Cool.
Yucky.
That's great. I love hearing the nursery rhyme that killed my best friend. I'm sure Sarah's taking that really well. Cool, 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 cool.
By this point, Cam is behind Alex and just has like their forearms spread across like between his shoulders and part of his shirt just like ripped in their shirt, in their fist.
Astrid is absolutely pacing like opposite where you are and has their firearm out, just like ready. Like not pointed, not up and trained, but like very much ready to go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna fuck around and find out. I'll kind of taking the axe. I'll take it from a sort of upright, maybe over my shoulder, flip it down, and then pass it to Cam. Look, if no one else can do it but me, I don't see another way out of this, guys. I don't. Do you go back upstairs with the slappy hands on the? I can't do that shit anymore.
It's got to be over.
I think I think our friend here knows his life is forfeit anyway.
I have seen what all of you can do. And just like sweat. Just Cam, you're probably feeling quite a bit of sweat on the shoulder blades.
Gross.
Sorry.
Do you have a badge, Alex? Do we have your badge?
No, you see, Layfield stole mine, and then I believe that Cam, you decapitated him.
Oh yeah, he's
toast. He's done so.
He's somewhere else. Yeah.
So at the moment, I find myself in between badges.
Wait, hang on. I have a entirely unrelated question, but kind of related. How did you put us all in a simulation? Did you just kidnap like 8 teenagers and just throw him in a simulation? Like, is that how this works?
Listen, I would love to explain the proprietary technology involved, but I think if what I believe is true, and I am in fact in this simulation right now with you, the consequences to that could be explosive.
Like it would end before we got started?
I would.
I don't have a problem with that.
I've seen Back to the Future. I think I know how this works. Yeah.
Oh, like a
I think
what is it called? Like a paradox or whatever?
Yeah, and you start disappearing from the picture with your parents. Yeah.
If you
because
anything,
Sunny wasn't supposed to take breaks down here anymore.
Hey, well, maybe we should update the company handbook on that one, Carrie. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, this is great and all, and I hope one of you lives long enough to unionize, but let's maybe cut the chit chat. I don't like you two talking to each other. Carrie, if I look at the ceiling, how has it moved?
Oh again? Yeah.
Is it still?
Well, it's still in the shadow, but you see a whole arm has come out now and is kind of crawling. You see fingers coming out of the other side. Something is crawling out of this corner.
Put that shit back. God, I hate that. Okay.
Listen, there is a break room down the hall. We can go in there, we'll have space, we can conduct this ritual, and then if you have the key that you had that Layfield had, that's my badge, we can then get out of here.
We
This
can
one?
get out of here.
Yes, that one. I mean, if I help you with this, I imagine that my employment with MarsCorp is terminated, so.
Oh, I was
So
just
you need this
surprised
as
you
much
thought
as
you were
we do?
coming with us.
I don't think that I can stay if we do this.
All right. Astrid, Cam, you guys have my back?
Always.
Okay. Let's see your break room.
Okay, Carrie, I'm just going to take over for a minute, if you don't mind. So we are going to head back down this hallway. Ignore the shadow creature in the corner. I'm sure that's nothing. The break room is very nice, and the very handsome, well-dressed MarsCorp employee takes you back there. There's absolutely not soup stains everywhere. He didn't spill his lunch. No, that did not happen. We're going to delete that. Takes you to a pretty regulation table, big circular table. Puts and says, Sarah, if you wouldn't mind putting the grimoire on the table, and then we'll take a seat and indicate that you sit across.
I'll put the grimoire down, but I'm gonna look at the ceiling again because apparently the ceiling's fucking haunted. Has it followed us or is it still in the hallway?
So you see, it is still in the hallway, but as you are leaving, you see part of a face kind of peer from it. And it's saying something. The mouth is moving, but you can't hear it. Make a brains roll.
Okay.
You're gonna need at least a 10 for this.
Can I argue for something really stupid for charm?
What's your argument?
All right, walk with me. So, I'm a popular kid, which means I've perfected the art of talking shit about people behind their backs. And I would love to imagine that years of going to parties have trained me, and Hazel made this demon rest her soul, of the art of reading each other's lips across a crowded room when we're talking shit about, like, he totally has soup stains in his jacket, and then like smiling and turning back to a conversation.
Incredible. I will absolutely allow charm. You need a 10.
Okay, that will probably be fine. Ha! Okay, that's a 12.
Okay. You think there was probably more to this sentence, but you only get the last 2 words.
Mm-hmm.
He lies.
I don't like that.
We knew that, though.
But I don't. It's bad when the shadow demon.
It's bad when the bad thing is telling you this.
Yeah. You're right.
This bitch ate my friend. Like, okay, cool. The horrors continue. I'll sit at the break room table, and I'll pull out the grimoire, and I'm gonna kind of keep it closer to me than to Alex, and I'll open it.
Okay. I need you to look for a page. It has a big winged entity on it, I guess is the best word to describe it. If you can find that, that's the page. That's the marker for the code.
Just gonna flip through until I see what he's talking about.
And if I may, I think because you have attuned to this book already, it basically flips open to exactly the page that we are looking for.
Okay. When I see it, I'm gonna kind of just put my hand on top of it and then look at my friend. And you both see Sarah's, like, not actively freaking out in the way that she was when we lost Hazel, but she's nervous. She looks openly needy. for just a minute. He just looks at both of you, doesn't say anything.
You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can fight
I
our
mean-
fucking way out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of this, Astrid, but I fight our way out of where we don't know where we're going. There could be another asylum above this, but the walls are green. We have to find. I don't have much that I can do. I don't have much that I'm good at now that this shit matters. I spent my whole life doing fucking flips and grating glitter in girls' hair. This is the one thing I can do that matters. Let me matter.
No matter with or without this.
Sweetie, you can, but I don't know if I believe that.
Well, Cam's gonna like crouch down so that they're on level. Then you better fucking hope that you live long enough for me to prove it to you. And I'm gonna kiss her.
Yeah, no, Sarah just has like a 5-second realization of a lot of things about herself in that moment. And then it's like, as you pull away, kind of tip her forehead against yours, and she does this weird thing with her face, like she just runs her fingers over like the curves of your face, like she's trying to remember by touch alone the fabric of who you are. And then she kisses your forehead right here. I will keep you with me always.
Don't say it like that.
I have to. We have to be prepared. But if we make it out of this, let's buy me a milkshake sometime.
I'm lactose intolerant, but we'll find something else.
Oh. All right.
I'm gonna kiss her again. Honestly, I'm just gonna kiss her again.
Love wins. Round 2, baby.
And then Cam will like pull themselves away in kind of like a flurry of motion, so it's like almost not to look at her after that, and circles the table and grabs the back of Alex's hair and tips his head back. If you pull anything, I'm not even going to finish that thread. I think it's more scary if you don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do, but I would love for you to just sit in whatever you think it might be. Got it?
Yes. Cam, you have a wonderful imagination. I can only imagine.
That somehow made me feel worse. And I'll like shove his head forward. I am going to keep my hand in his hair though.
Think like as you push his head forward, you hear the click of the release on the gun, of the safety, and Astrid levels it.
Hell yeah.
My friends are so cool.
Astrid and Natalie's guns come up at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Then if we're ready to start the ritual, I would say guns make me nervous, but I don't think that is going to help.
Natalie shoots to the corner of the room, gun fires, and then aims it back at you.
Okay, yeah, that's helping, Natalie. That's helping.
Guns don't make them nervous, so.
That's fair. You've all had enough experience with them. Okay, we're going to focus on the book, and we are going to focus on doing this ritual. It's very similar to what you did before, but you were, in that particular ritual, getting rid of it that harrows. In this case, we have to focus out onto the entire farmyard. That is where the spill is. And so it's going to be a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Taxing.
All right.
So, if you wouldn't mind starting reading, and as I say that, the language which you were not able to read before resolves itself. Like the actual ink changes into an English that you understand. Not like Old English or whatever. It's just like, and it's broken down into syllables as to what you actually need to say.
Okay.
And I said, all right, so if you recite that, you are the one who can recite that. I will channel whatever sacrifice I need to make into you. You will make your own. We'll take death tokens, 1 death token each to do this. But you're going to need to make, well, it was a brains roll, but we did decide that you are, you've charmed this book and that is how you interact with it. So we would need a social roll from you.
Oh, I'm so fucking nervous about this. All right, okay, 19.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Carrie, I think that's a success.
So there is this moment where you begin to read the words on this page. You read the first few. You see there's probably about a little over a dozen words. That's it. That's the whole thing. You read maybe 2 of them. And then you hear the sizzling of the crucifix in the throat. And your eyes move away from the page. Your body doesn't move, your head doesn't move, but your eyes flick to the door, where you see underneath shadow pouring in. You see fingers pushing under the door and crawling and pulling. And make a grit roll for me.
Cool, great. I love it when things. Yep, grit. I am so gritty. Ooh, big 7.
7 is exactly the number I had in my head. You don't look away. You feel that fear, but you keep your eyes glued to the door. And you can see this demon pull itself through under the crack of the door. You hear bones cracking and flesh ripping and stretching until finally it squelches into the other side of the door and it stands up. And you remember this creature's tall. It stands, and even in this office, this break room, it's hunched over. And its limbs hang down and drag on the floor. And you're not sure why, but you don't find yourself afraid this time. You see it looking you directly in the eyes, and it brings up one long, lanky arm. One long finger comes up and points to the book. And this figure repeats, "He lies." And as your eyes move back down to the page, you see it doesn't say what you were made to believe at all. This will kill all of you.
Fucking
Fucker.
fuck.
Hey Carrie, what are you doing?
Like,
Consult?
okay, I'm gonna stop reading it.
Hey Sarah, is everything okay? Need you to focus, bud.
I just pull his hair a little bit.
Before I answer him, when I look at the demon, do I see or hear anything else beyond that phrase, or has it just fallen silent now?
That is all you're sensing from this thing. But you can sense it's not really doing it in a way that it cares about your safety. It's doing it in a way where it wants you for itself.
But if it's telling the truth, it is, because I see it now. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, why is everything playing tug of war with me? Cool. I'm gonna kind of still squinting in genuine confusion. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, I just lost focus.
That's okay. Everyone, could we give Sarah some space?
Yeah, I just
I-
need a moment.
I can give her space. I'm not giving you fucking all.
Well, I don't know.
Natalie's in here with us, right? Okay. I'm gonna step out into the hallway and see if the demon follows me.
You don't hear it move, but as you step out and go to turn around, it is standing and hovering directly behind you.
Oh, I hate that. I think Sarah does kind of gasp and recoil, but not at the sight of it, just the appearance of it. Kind of tilt her head and look at it. What do you want?
While that question is being asked, the camera kind of like spins back into the room where we see everyone else just looking out. You see Sarah standing in the hallway, alone, asking, "What do you want?"
Oh no.
And Sarah, I am going to message you what you hear, and you
Oh my
what
god.
happens next.
I will reach my hand out to the demon and I will concentrate and try to evoke that feeling of power, just absolute power and surety in myself of when the ritual with it that Harrows came about, and really just try to like feel the floor under my feet. And as I reach out to the demon, I want to take it by the hand and close my eyes. And I will picture Astrid's face, beaten, bloodied. Try to imagine what it might have been like before. And I will picture Cam's face. I'll picture the smile the moment we broke apart. And then I will give my body over to the demon and allow it to enter my vessel.
And if anyone could see what the camera sees, their hands are touching, and then almost as if Sarah's hand was a vacuum, we see the limb being sucked into the palm. We see the shoulders, we see the head, the entire figure of this demon is just sucked into Sarah. It disappears. And Sarah, you think you're ready to do that ritual now?
Okay. This is not. Sarah is, though. Sarah's back kind of straightens a little bit, fixes her hair, wipes a little blood off her cheek, strut back in the room. Yeah, let's go. Have him sit.
I'll throw him back down in the chair.
Feeling more yourself?
Yeah, I am feeling more myself.
Wonderful. If you wouldn't mind, then.
I'm gonna take out the book and I'm gonna flip back to. I'm gonna flip through and I'm gonna just kind of let my intuition guide my hand and see what happens.
Go ahead and make a charm roll.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna like explode or something stupid, but I'm so cool right now. 18.
Shit. So
Fuck
you
around, find out.
like brush your fingers along this book and you hear this one.
The pages turn with Sarah's fingers, and then they stop turning with Sarah's fingers and start turning on their own back and forth. And Sarah's eyes are just moving from side to side of the book. Not twitchy, just eerily smooth. And then the book stops. And there's a page on it. And it just has a locker with a slightly open door. And I think there's like ooze puddled at the floor of it that looks like it could be receding into it, but maybe it's being set free.
Are you sure that that's the page?
Yeah. I mean, you wrote it, so you would know, right?
The significant eye twitch. Yes. Carrie, this isn't right. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay. Yeah. I will. And I'll kind of crack my neck and start reading. And I think there are 2 voices instead of 1.
All right.
Astrid points their gun even harder, if that is possible.
I think you get a look of genuine panic.
I think if Cam sees the look of genuine panic, it's really close to a smile, because they're like the lives of them and their friends have been panicked for the last like however long it's been, and to see him panicking ignites this like weird joy in their chest, and they just kind of push him forward against the table more. Go on, you wanted to do it.
As I get through some of the chanting, I'm gonna look up and meet Alex's eye and then hold out my hands for his. It takes 2 of us. Why are you so twitchy? You were the one who said wanted to do this.
I do. Carrie, can you put in contingency alpha?
It's too late, Alex. This is out of my hands. Take her hands.
I do. I put out my hands and put them into Sarah's.
As you take Sarah's hands and you look up at their face, you see Insidious style another face peeking out from just behind.
I knew we should never have run that fucking program.
As I resume chanting, my hands lock into yours. My nails, the acrylics pierce into your skin, and little bits of blood start to dribble. And I just hold your eyes, and I don't need to look at the book to know these words. I know them. And as I chant, another pair of shadowy like hands unfold from my arms and then fold on top of yours. And Carrie, does this ritual do something in specific? Because I want to tack on some bullshit to the end of it if it does.
It does whatever you want. And I will say that all of you see now at this point.
It's a hot witch autumn, baby. Oh my god, this is gonna cost me literally everything. I'm going to I'm sure about this. I'm going to continue chanting, and you see black ink start to dribble from the corner of Sarah's eyes. It's the same ink that penned this book. And as I chant, the walls of MarsCorp start to shake a little bit, and you all watch as my new friend unfurls from my shoulder, replaces Cam's hand in the back of Alex's hair with their own, and drags Alex down into the grimoire. And it's not quick. I'm going to drown you in your own words. You wrote this book, now choke on it.
Yeah, Astrid lowers their weapon. They're like, "Oh, okay, we're good."
The spirit will grab you, and then anytime you reach up to try and claw back into the real world, it will take your hands and lever them away until you are scattered in your own creation.
And then with one last hand coming up right here, pulls you back in a way you hear the neck snap as it's pulled into the book. On the page that it was pulled into, you see Alex, mouth open, and a scream he'll be stuck in forever.
I like a souvenir. I will close the grimoire and I'm going to put it away. Do I see the demon in the room?
You do not see the demon, but her words kind of stick with you as you see almost a dark void in the hallway, almost like a place you know you cannot pass.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put the grimoire away and kind of close maybe whatever keeps it shut and just sit there, I guess.
Are you okay?
Fuck.
That was really scary, but also really hot. Sorry.
Thank you. I think I'm okay. I think I'm different now.
Well, come on, we got to get out of here. Like, we've got to press on. We don't have time to stay in here. Do you know if it worked? Is it over?
He's with me now. MarsCorp, I can't, I don't know what to do about that, but this part, we're okay here for now. We just have to keep pushing up. Yeah.
Well, is the thing gone, or is it done? Do we have to fight anyone else? Or we?
No. I, not really entirely sure the extent of what I've done, but I think I need to survive as much as it does, and we're gonna survive together, whatever that means. I'll be okay, Cam.
Of course you will. You survived the. Why are you saying it like this? We're leaving.
Yeah, we're leaving. We are.
You're saying it weird, like there's something else. Like,
no, there's nothing else. We're leaving. All of us. Let's go. Natalie, you too.
Activate everything. Do it now. You see something slam down from the tiled ceiling, grab onto Natalie and rip her up into the ceiling.
Let's go. I'm gonna start shepherding everybody to the door, but I'm gonna make sure I'm at the back.
Astrid sprints to the door.
And you hear all the doors around you begin to slide open. You see coming out of them various slashers. You see it that harrows stumble out, antlers terrible and scraping against the walls. You see zombies, you see demonic entities, killer clowns, you see poltergeists, hellhounds, creatures unfathomable to your imagination begin moving out of these doors and swarming the halls. In this moment, you see the door at the end of the hallway. And you see that it's labeled Control Room. Cam, you're like passing through the doorway and turning to motion Sarah to come with you.
I'm gonna pull Cam close to me and I'm going to hug them with everything I have. I'm gonna cross my arms across their back and bury my fingers in their hair. And I'm just gonna hold them until we both
We
shake
gotta go. We
with
can do
it.
this later. We can do this later.
No. You can do this. Go.
What are you talking about?
Go.
You said all of us.
My fear is the only one that's not in this hallway. You have to go.
Oh no. We'll
I am
figure it
afraid
out.
of one thing, and they can't use it against me. You have to go. Get out of here, Cam. Get out of here. And I'm going to kiss their cheek, and I'm going to push them. And I'm going to push. I'm going to push you.
Yeah.
And fuck. When I look at the shape, the sort of void, and I hear the words, I think Sarah, whether or not it's actually there, I think Sarah sees the outline of Hazel. And I will turn back to you. Tears instead of ink this time. I'm going to stay with Hazel. It's okay. She needs me. Astrid needs you. Go. And if there's anything I can do to make sure that they go, I'm going to do it.
I'm gonna haunt you so bad.
Promise.
I swear. And then I'll run after Astrid.
Astrid is already beginning to fight through them.
I will I think, like I said, whether or not it's actually there, Sarah's fully convinced herself that this shape, this presence, it is Hazel to her. It looks like Hazel to her. She knows it's not. But it is a comfort to shape this thing this way. And so she's just going to squeeze the hand of the shadow of her best friend. Say, I know you're probably hungry. Why don't you go blow off some steam? And I'm going to gesture to the hallway and kind of crack my neck a little bit and set forth this thing onto the hallway.
And I think we see this moment of like things coming for you, but we see this shadow almost like it's like your shadow, but it doesn't look like your shadow. It's someone else's shadow that is pushed by the light. But you see that shadow reaching out and smashing things away, grabbing onto like a ghoul's head and just slamming it into the wall. The wall cracks and it falls. You hear the shrieking and the snarling and the yelling and the snapping and the squelching. But all you see is Hazel. And you just keep taking steps toward her until you see her clearly. And she reaches out her hand.
Before I take her hand, I'm going to take off her necklace. And I'm going to put that in her hand, and I'll wrap our hands around it. I've been waiting to give this back to you. I'm going to go with her.
We see, kind of out of focus, we see our camera's focus is this shadow fighting everything that is coming near it, ripping things in half. And behind, out of focus, we see Sarah step into the void. You just have to make it through this impossible hallway.
You know how to do this. You've done it once before.
Not like this. How am I gonna be after this is over? All of my friends are dead twice. How am I gonna be? What kind of person?
Find more. You find more of them. You don't stop. You keep going.
Fine, you're fine. Please, just go. I have your back.
Astrid, I am bleeding out of so many places. So many. And that's okay. Okay? You go. You don't fucking look back. And you find more people. And you love them. Like you would have loved us. Okay? Please.
She leans in and just like grabs you and gives you a really long hug, as long as she can spare, and runs.
Fucking give these things hell. I'm gonna
Astrid,
kiss her on the side of the head.
Astrid, you are sprinting down this hallway.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. Trying to feint, see if there's any doors I can disappear into. If there's like 2 doors on one room, like anything that I can do to try and get around what's there.
Sure, whatever both of you would like to roll for me.
I'm gonna roll grit again. To just like a bat out of fucking hell.
Perfect. Go ahead and say them out loud this time.
That fell.
15.
I rolled my highest stat. It's 20 in grit. If you want to guess what I rolled.
No.
I'm gonna guess you rolled a 1.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, what does your final scene look like?
As I was kissing Astrid on the side of the head, I pressed the axe into her free hand so that she had another weapon, another potential to survive. And as soon as I kiss her head, I push her and I turn and I just start screaming like a bat out of fucking hell and start sprinting toward the center of this mass, just trying to pull as many of them toward me as I can to give any kind of lane for Astrid to sneak down.
Yeah, the camera sees for a moment, very zombie movie-esque, Cam, and then all of these creatures just flocking around them. We see the killer clown lean in and reach. We see like a huge, almost like werewolf-looking creature chomp down. We hear the wounds. We see everything surrounding Cam, the slashers, the creatures. Astrid, you're running. You're looking around for the smartest way to go. You're looking around for open doors. You have a key card, but you know you don't have time to use it. The door needs to be open. You look and you see the black ooze move its way into an open doorway to your right. And Astrid, you have a very important choice ahead of you. You can continue down the hallway towards the door that I am behind, to the control room, or you can duck into the room where you can close yourself off from these monsters and where you can defeat that fucking ooze for your friends. What would you like to do?
Do I believe the lore that once it's done, it's done?
I think a lot of crazy things have happened today, and I think you absolutely believe that.
I follow the ooze. And I ready my hairspray as I close the door and barricade it. Or my mace, rather.
Alright, we see you come through the door. The door closes. It's kind of dark in here after the door closes, almost like the light is just coming through the glass of the door. We see you have an axe, you have a gun, and you have this mace, all at your disposal. You look around. It's a lab of some sort, it looks like. Or there are desks, at least. You don't see the ooze, but you hear something fall over in the farthest right-hand corner.
Can I get on top of any surfaces, or do I have to be on the ground in this room?
You can get on the desks.
I use those to walk forward, keeping an eye on the ground, and then scanning above me. Keeping an eye on the ground and scanning above me until I can see it. I don't want to approach it too closely. I know that I have to get just a certain amount of room apart from it, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to like sneak up on it and get like right next to it. I'm trying to be as quiet about it as I can.
All right, would you like to roll flight to try to sneak?
Yes, I would. Can I use my Now You See Me power?
You absolutely can. Please tell the audience what that is.
So my Now You See Me power allows me an automatic success on flight rolls that involve hiding or getting out of view from my enemies. But I'd like to turn this into a sneak attack as well. The second I find it, I'm gonna unleash fucking hell.
Absolutely. You see this black ooze kind of like coalescing underneath a desk. You see it kind of pulsing, moving, almost as if it's trying to decide what form it's going to take next. You see it. What happens?
I approach it, and I just, like, the second I see it, I immediately just push the button for the mace. It comes flying out, and I light the lighter, and I just completely light this thing up. I got a 13.
Hell yeah. As soon as the flame hits it, you hear this terrible shriek and rumble as it is lit on fire as if it was covered in gasoline. It starts writhing, shrieking, trying to move. It slams into the desk. It moves over and slams into something else. It tries to make a form that has legs so it can run away, but the fire is just too much. It's too hot. It's not working. It can't get away. I believe that was your last charge.
It was.
Do you have anything else you would like to do?
I come down with the axe just to make sure.
We hear this shriek of anger, sadness, pain, but then also like a victory at the same time. There's a finality to it. As you shriek and you slam the axe down through the ooze splits. Your axe slams into the tile floor, cracks the linoleum, and you see the two burning pieces of this ooze melt. And it is dead. And then you hear the door burst open. As every single thing in that hallway is done with Cam and is coming for you.
I'm gonna use my I did it once, didn't I? To find the nearest exit.
As you see this happening, your eyes dart. You look, you see a door on the other side, and as you are sprinting over to it, we see Astrid running. We see all of these creatures spilling in, almost like spilling up the walls. Some of them are climbing walls, some of them move onto the ceiling to climb. We see Astrid, and the frame around them is monsters, creatures, terrible, horrible, awful things. But you run. You slam into the door and you open it up. And as you do, you fall out of the Harrington farmhouse. You slam into the porch that's broken. You keep running. You're not sure what was happening at first. You stumble down. You fall down the stairs and roll, slam into the grass. You're looking back, knowing that they're following you, but you don't see them. And then you see the ambulance and the cop car that are sitting here in the yard. And you don't hear what they're saying, but someone comes up to you. They're asking you, it's okay. Tell us what happened. What's going on? You don't hear any of it. Your eyes are staring back into that farmhouse. So you're picked up. And you're brought to the back of an ambulance. Do you say anything?
I think I'm silent, other than staring at every piece of information that I can manage to take in, looking for an M or any kind of indication that this was sent from the enemy.
Go ahead and I'll allow grit or brains.
19.
You don't see any sign of MarsCorp here. You see... you know these people. It's the local sheriff. Small town, you know. You see the morning sun. Everything's very bright. It would be a really nice morning if it wasn't for all the blood. How does Astrid's story end? This time.
I think Astrid goes back to the place that she was calling home, packs up her things, looks to see where she can go outside of this town to finally finish her senior year and never stop looking for reports of incidents, MarsCorp. All those keywords are saved in every single file, in every single computer that she has on her phone, everywhere. Alerts on constantly for any kind of information or news about it. And I think that she is even quieter at the next school, even more withdrawn, keeps a more watchful eye, never goes to parties.
You found them once. You're pretty sure you could find them again. And with that, season 1 of our horror movie marathon comes to a close.
Oh my god. Season 1? It's terrible. Oh.